Today, we have something a little special for you. This is a little hidden gem, and what I mean by hidden gem is that there is a lot of little hamlets in the St. Emilion region. And you have all these little villages where you have a little church or something, and there's probably like 50 people that live in them. But this wine, if you notice by the name Bellisle Mondotte, Belle, beautiful, Ile, island of Mondotte. And if you know wines in Saint Emilion, Mondotte is where there are some very famous wines such as La Mondotte and Bellevue Mondotte, different than Bellisle Mondotte. And then you have one very unique winery called Chateau, which is also in this hamlet of Saint Laurent de Combe. It's basically on the top of the côte. So you have the côte, and then you have the top area. You have Chateau Mondotte, not a Mondotte, a Mondotte, but that's a little bit west of the area. So Bellisle Mondotte is a wine that we've carried over the years. It's a very small, single parcel vineyard of about 10 acres. And it's kind of funny because it's owned by the Barat family. Ott, get it? Ott, Mondotte. And they have their main property is in Pomerol. It's Belgrave au Pomerol. And they have this little plot of land in that little hamlet area. Now the difference is that they no longer own this piece of dirt because after Christine Villette sold Chateau Mondotte to the new owners bought this piece of dirt, and now they use it specifically for Mondotte, which is not their second wine, but the other wine that comes from this vineyard. Does that make sense? This vineyard is 90% Merlot, 10% Cabernet Franc. And, you know, I mean, the thing about this is location, location, location. You know, when you are talking about your neighbors that are selling for $250, you know, probably all of them, maybe I think Bellevue Mondotte might be around $150. And then you have this guy, and this guy's selling for $35. And this is from the 2010 vintage. And this, you know, this went through all like, you know, hand harvested, 4 months maceration, 60% new French oak. So this went through all the treatment that a lot of these other top estates go through, except without the price tag. And so a negotiant had on his list the 2010 Bellisle Mondotte. So I'm like, you gotta send me a sample. I wanna check this wine out because we sold the wine before. We've always done really well with it. But now we're talking 14 years old, 2010 vintage. We gotta check this out. The wine is starting to show the tertiary flavors that you look for in Old Bordeaux. You're starting to get a little bit of that mushroom character, a little more of the currant fruit as opposed to that little deep red blue fruits that you get out of younger wines, especially Merlot-based wines. Yeah, the wine is it's old school in a way. Maybe a little bit on the tart rotebouff side, but I know Francois likes to pick his grapes when they're very ripe. Whereas this wine, I think, you know, basically we're talking 14.5 alcohol. So, I mean, and it comes from a great vintage. I mean, the 2010 vintage arguably is probably one of the best vintages in, you know, the 21st century. But that being said, I mean, with this wine, I would decant it for sure because it definitely needs to open up. But once it's opened up, my goodness. What a wonderful wine. Coming Chateau direct, well, Negociant direct, because now there's no longer a Chateau Bellisle Mondotte, it's now just Mondotte. 15-year-old from a neck of the woods that all the wines are well over $100. Just a phenomenal find, and you know what to do on this one.